Hey everyone, it's Michael and
Ruben
from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au. And yes, I've still got that mop of hair. I haven't had the haircut yet. Haven't had a chance. And it's just us two at the moment, Rubes.
Just for now. We'll get Alex pop his head in here shortly.
Right.
He was racing around trying to find his laptop.
Yeah, it's pretty sad when you lose your laptop, isn't it? He hasn't been anywhere with it. So I don't know how he's actually managed to lose it, but he's lost it. So he'll be back momentarily with laptop in tow, hopefully.
Indeed.
So we are sponsoring Friday yet again.
Of course. You've got your hot drinks, although I'm not sure who has helped us out with them this week, if anyone.
I believe someone has sponsored them, but
There
I'm
you
going
go.
to, so I don't faux pas yet again, I will wait till Alex gets here and he can tell us who sponsored this week's drinks.
That's entirely fair.
It's incredibly generous of people. I'm just blown away by what people do at different times. It's amazing. So a big thank you to Pete. There he is. Great. You got the now he's got a commando crawl through the set to try and get to his desk.
My first rodeo.
So you found the GPS contact for the laptop?
Oh yeah.
You should have had the other camera active, Rubes. so this commando crawl under desks and all sorts of things. Oh dear.
All right.
So you together yet, mate?
I'm back.
Yeah, finished with hair and makeup?
Not yet. I've got Victoria coming down soon. For
Yeah,
that.
correct.
Hello everyone.
Oh dear. Now Plume Air says prices are down, so shop is quieter with a question mark.
Actually,
the shop has been quieter
no,
today?
it's been since the prices went up. What, about a week ago?
Yeah.
Or so, week and a bit ago.
Yep.
It's been getting busier and busier. With anyone that's been here in the mornings will have noticed there's already lines forming before we're opening again. And then it can get a little bit quiet in between, but it's coming in waves. And it's been very constant.
Yeah,
It's been very constant.
It's absolutely coming in waves because I walked through the shop, I don't know, 10-ish o'clock, 10:30 sort of thing, and it was dead. Like there was no one in the shop and you guys were kind of, doing things other than serving customers. And I reckon I came back through the shop all of about 6 minutes later and there was people standing because there was no seats left. There was, it was like a heck.
And before anyone else asks, I haven't seen, I'm just opening up everything now, but yes, more still buying than they are selling.
Yeah, although we've had
some big sellbacks.
big sellbacks this week.
I handled one that was just over 62 ounces of gold. But they were buying a property. They found a property that they really liked. They had this for a while. It's not all of their bullion, but they sold it back because they found their dream property, and that's what I guess this is here for.
Yeah, well,
one of the things
right.
it's here for. So that was great. But even then, now just saw one pickup and like a sale of 21 gold ounce coins. In a hit. So
yeah.
It's coming and going, but definitely still more buying than people are selling back.
Yeah, that's right. But it's been interesting. We've had several kilos of gold sold back this week. Usually you get, 1, 2, 3. But yeah, to see that many come through, some people have taken advantage of this price spike.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, as the spike has held, I think we're starting to see the sellbacks taper off as people are going, hang on a sec.
I know, hey.
This isn't going down like I expected it to.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's funny. I'm always reminded of when spot of gold per ounce in Australian dollars was around when it just hit 3,000, right? 3.2, something like that. And people were just coming in and selling back quite a bit of gold. And then it just kept going up. It just kept going up. It was at that time period where it was there for a little bit, and then it started going up. But people coming in, selling back quite a bit of gold. And then just over a week, I see the same people come back.
Yeah, they're buying it back.
Buying it back because they're like, hang on, this isn't normal.
Yeah, what the heck?
This is and it's the same face, and I'll never forget that. You know?
No, I've seen it happen many times.
Yeah.
Usually a week's pretty tight. Usually it's about a month to 6 weeks
Oh,
later
no,
they go, I sold this for,
I started seeing him within a week, after a full week, but around that fortnight, I've seen quite a few that sold back at that price, going, oh, no, I need to buy at least some back.
That's right. Whoops.
Yeah,
so it's interesting.
Yeah, Middle Inquisitor, dibs on Troy Pound gold hockey puck.
I'm
still trying to get over those Troy Pound silver pucks.
Yeah, we're still talking about that.
There's a few shout outs already. We've got
Woods
Steve,
from Kansas.
Kansas City.
Ooh.
Good to catch us live. There's a
Welcome.
few people shouting out how much dispatch times have improved as we're
thankfully.
starting to catch up on things.
I tell you, the start of this year, that was killing me. First quarter.
Everything at the start of the bullion related was killing.
this-
It was killing the industry as a whole.
But nothing frustrates me more than long lead times on shipping because, Amazon has spoilt us as a culture, as a population, where we expect to be able to place an order and have it delivered within a day or so, even in rural areas these days. And so customer expectations are high, and we always try and meet customer expectations as much as we can. In fact, we try and exceed them. And so to know that, oh crap, it's taking us 10 days, it's taking 2 weeks, some of them were well and truly beyond that before everyone jumps on me. It devastates me. So it's good to see them right back there where, an order's placed as soon as the finance team market offer's paid, it's usually picked and on the table within 24 hours and on its way out the door. So, yeah.
There's a shout out for Kylie down in Pakenham as well.
She's doing a great job down there.
She is. And also, Knack is saying that he'd been in and spoke to Sean, who apparently wants to make a feature on the live at some stage.
Sean wants to make a feature on the live.
Apparently.
Yeah, we've got to have the beeper ready.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's going to be some heavy editing of that one.
First of all, for Knackers, thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
That was
Knackers
thanks to
O'Reilly.
Knackers.
Thanks, mate.
Yes,
You're a legend.
Much appreciated. Remind Sean next time you're in that this is a family channel.
I do.
Family-friendly channel, yeah.
It has gotten a bit more difficult as Bullion Now has grown a bit, but one of the things I did enjoy was the kind of interviews with some of the people, particularly with some of the people that interact with the broader customer base daily, the people on the phones, the people on the emails, that kind of thing. Yeah,
Wow, the olden days, Rubes.
That's it.
right.
Yeah, that
Back
was
in the good old days.
back in 2020. Yeah,
but there has been some people coming through the shop. Sean has been helping out in the shop a little bit more lately, and there's a few people going, it's good to put a face to the name, that kind of thing.
Smile guy, never.
Yep, not happening.
We got really badly burnt by PayPal, and we will not use them again unless they change their policies very, very seriously. It was good to see someone was shouting out from Sacramento, which is a favoured place of my wife. She spent quite a lot of time there because her cousins live there.
Yeah, there you go.
So there you go, and we'll be over there in Sacramento in April next year.
nice.
As a family. And there was one, was it the Hunter? No. Hats off for the last 2 deliveries. That was one of them. So that's from the Hunters. Were the fastest I've ever had. Hats off to the crew, which is good. That's the one I was looking for, Callum Hendy. I'm in Central Queensland and I get my orders within 2 days usually. And that's really good for Central Queensland because that's one of our sore spots. Central Queensland and Northern Territory, dynamite for us. If we're going to fall over, it's usually there. So, yeah.
Did we speak to Germania regarding the next Bodvar release and the Megafauna release? We've had the cave, the cave line.
I didn't, but I'm in Pittsburgh in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. In fact, I leave Sunday week, so I don't know. Week after next, I'm in Pittsburgh and I'm visiting Germania Mint. I'm catching up with some Germania Mint reps. I will endeavour to ask them by then.
Someone says, were you surprised that the butterfly opal coin did not sell out quick?
Depends which one we're talking about because there's actually 2 kicking around. The Perth Mint one was stunning and I'm actually very surprised.
In an opal?
They did an opal butterfly.
Oh.
Hang on. Now I'm starting to doubt myself. It's on.
That's not the one
it
we
was on the shelf just
That's
behind
not the
my
one we
desk.
unboxed, was it, Rubes?
Don't think so.
No, we had that. Yeah, no.
I think he was on board until you also looked at him a little bit unsure.
I'm going to look this up. I can see the boxes. They're just behind my desk. There's about half a dozen.
Yeah,
of them.
but you know your desk.
It's not an opal butterfly. It's what I'm thinking of is the 2-ounce antique butterfly from Perth Mint.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, the coloured one.
Yes.
That was the one I was talking about. That's the one that I'm surprised we've still got some stock of because that's
I would.
That's blow your
I didn't know
socks
it
off.
didn't sell out. I've been keeping an eye on the LCS items.
Yeah,
maybe it's fallen off the website or something. And that's why they're still sitting behind my desk because they are. If you haven't seen them,
Darren, the stock guy's going, it's not on my list. I can't see them. I can't find them. Where are they? He hasn't discovered the wonders of Michael's desk yet.
Yeah, that's right. This one's, in my defence, this one's not on my desk. It's on the shelf behind my desk.
Oh, right. Completely different kettle of fish.
Completely separate black hole.
I thought they were talking about the little coin shop one we did this week, which is the start of a new series. They are sold out pretty much, I think, everywhere else. And so I think it's one of those cases of it just enough people haven't seen that there's still more stock available as opposed to it being a flop because the series has already proved itself.
Well.
I don't think it's a flop. I think it's way too early to say it's
No.
a flop.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the complete opposite. It's actually already proven that it's not by the fact that it's sold out everywhere else. So.
It's more a flap than a flop.
Hey.
Yeah, there we go. All right, I got one in. All right.
Michael and I did do a couple of puns in
I
that
know,
video.
very
Yeah.
much appreciated.
You got
It's
to.
rubbing off. It's rubbing off.
But yeah, that was a really cool one. It'll be interesting to see where that series goes.
Yeah.
Shout out from James and Michelle down in Tassie. Sorry, love your store.
Oh, have we got a Tassie store? Soon, I hope.
Soon.
But thank you.
Kicking that can down the road. Royal Australian Mint Lunar Horse Silver 1 ounce. Has it been and gone, or has it never been?
Hang on. The Lunar
Ram.
Lunar Ram.
Lunar Horse.
Oh, the Ram Lunar Horse.
In the
They didn't
stills.
do it this year,
No, I think they did.
did they?
I think they did. I'm pretty sure they did. Because otherwise I'm hallucinating and one of the buybacks is not what it is.
It wouldn't be the first time they've stopped a series midway through, but
No, they did
I
do
don't
it.
think.
I'm pretty sure they did, and I'm pretty sure.
Go away. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes,
they-
they did.
It looks like that.
Yeah.
Been and gone.
Yeah, everyone, it looks like that. There we go.
That's right. Just have a look. Just lean over my shoulder here.
Reminds me of this fantastic book that if you haven't got, it's absolutely incredible. Yeah.
Wait,
Yes, they did do it.
wait, say it again, Michael.
Say which one again?
This fantastic
horse.
coin right here.
Right here. Look over my shoulder. That's
Hey.
the one.
Hey, the other one, the gold.
Sure. So been and gone. So
But sadly, one we haven't been able to get a hold of as consistently as a series. We did have some of the previous years, but surprise.
ask me off camera why, and one day I might actually tell you.
Wasn't sure if you were going to go into any of that or not.
The other thing is we haven't had people really asking about them either. With a lot of the RAM lunas, we always get Perth Mint. Like when it comes to lunar coins, we always get asked, and even today, people are sort of. People are going, can you please, if there's a tiger come through, like, gold 1 or 2 ounce, please let me, always get the request. I rarely ever get a RAM lunar request, whether it's in gold or silver.
They don't produce as many. I think they
the gold especially is very lower as far as I
think the silver's capped at 50. I don't know about the gold.
And they're good designs. It's not like I like the designs. It's just
there's nothing wrong with the design. The only problem I have with the RAM stuff is it's a little bit harder to get hold of, but it's that much dearer. And that in and of itself is not a problem. But when you're competing with the likes of the Perth Mint and the Royal Canadian Mint and places like that, the quality of product that they produce for the price they produce it, it kind of makes the RAM one look a little more expensive, like a little more not as good value for money. So that's why we tend to not see it quite as much.
I think they also just bat in a different league as well. They're so focused on these circulated products more so than Perth are, that it feels like they're a circulating mint that just happens to do a couple of bullion products as opposed to Perth Mint, who kind of focus majority. And so because of that, the distribution line doesn't work the same way, and so a lot of the standard air quotes bullion dealers will just not be able to get a hold of some of those products, whereas you will find them in some of the other I'm going to say circulating coins, you know what I mean, but
and the margins aren't there either. Like the wholesale price and retail price are just ugly.
They are they do, like, I mean, we've spoken about the obverse on that Lunar series many times, though. They do produce a good product.
Great.
Those triangular shipwreck coins that they did a few years ago. The ones they do fantastic. The Dolphin series.
Hang on.
They've done some really good coins.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
I would. You know what I'd love to see? A RAM Lunar completer as well. Can you imagine that?
You've got that on the obverse.
No. You've got that on the obverse.
The
but
Royal
imagine
Mint has done.
In a kilo, and then you have all the designs in the center.
The damage Royal Mint has done with the addition of a completer. We just expect it now.
Yeah. The trouble is,
it's the 13th month.
But how are you going to slide a completer in there? Because you're just cycling through the next, then you're in Series 4. Or
no, what I mean by completer is you see the full 12 animals, all the lunar animals on one planchette.
Yeah.
In a kilo size.
You want it in kilo size?
Yeah.
You're fussy like that?
Well, no, actually, you know what? If it was for me, I'd want a 10 ounce. 10 ounce for me is the perfect.
Yeah, but they don't produce the 10 ounce anymore.
They don't, but with silver spiking, maybe it's something to revisit. Do you know something?
No, I'm thinking of
Okay.
Bring it up another time.
Right. You can whisper it.
No one hears when we whisper to each other here, mate. Yeah. There was a comment that I was going to pick up on. No, it was Knackers. Yeah, Knackers O'Reilly. Hang on, I haven't found it.
Is it
got back
about
to it
people serving?
Yeah.
Great to see Brett, Mark and Sean busy serving all those people.
We're trying not to be offended here, mate.
Yeah.
Where he says it's
the
great
rest
to
of
see
you. It's really good to see the rest of...
Great to see Brett, Mark and Sean busy serving all those people in the waiting room. The best part of buying is getting served by one of them. Not by you, Alex. Not by me. Mate, not by Ruben.
I don't care. Thank you, Knackers. You provided the cash for the coffee, so I'm like, he can say whatever he wants. Brett's not drinking coffee, is he, though?
That's right. Oh, dear. You got to have fun.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean here. It says a lot of talk about precious metals going up on YouTube. What's your opinion? I'm not
there is always talk about precious metals going to the moon on YouTube. The advantage, okay, I'm going to make a broad statement here, and it's partly true and it's partly not true, and I'll admit that from the start. One of the advantages, one of the great things that YouTube and the internet, but particularly YouTube, has brought us is the ability for a varied opinion to get out there. Like you go back 20 years, if
You'd have to go to the
Now-
press.
Yeah, well, that's it. Bullion Now, 20 years ago, or Little Coin Shop existed 20 years ago, if we wanted to advertise, you had to take an advert out in the paper. You had to spend a lot of money. You had to get a TV crew involved and all this type of stuff. And it was incredibly expensive.
Spot on the radio.
Yeah. Whereas YouTube has democratized information. The disadvantage of YouTube is it's democratized information. So any rabbit can get up there and make a statement that, silver's going to hit 150,000 tomorrow, and this is the reason why. So there are a lot of opinions on there.
And the more wild the opinion, the more interesting it can be.
Clickbait is a thing for a reason. It works. And we play around with it occasionally. We make some clickbaity title, but as a rule, we try not to go down that alley unless we're having a bit of fun. But people get hold of these things and they listen to them and they go, oh wow, it's going to whatever, and they make investment decisions based on that. So I worry when people say, I was watching YouTube last night and precious metals are going to X, whatever that is. I start going, well, hang on a sec. You got to look at a couple of things here. What information are they basing that on? And what's in it for them? So we're very open. This channel is the Bullion Now channel. Okay, we are a company that is a for-profit organisation. So our eventual aim is to eventually make money out of this thing. We sell gold, silver, platinum, and to a smaller degree, palladium and rhodium. We have a vested interest and we have a bias towards encouraging people to buy gold and silver. Does that make our opinions wrong? Not necessarily, but you need to understand the bias that we are coming from before you start using any information that we give as a basis for your education and investments. And I'd encourage you to do that with anything you're watching, particularly on mainstream media, YouTube, all these types of things. Look at why the person is saying what they're saying. It doesn't make them wrong, but it just gives you an insight into a reason why they might be saying it.
Trust me, bro.
Yeah, that's right. Trust me, I'm a bullion dealer.
Particularly in the era of sponsorships and as well, of just, hey, I'm going to randomly talk about this product.
Influencers.
That's it.
Well, I get on. YouTube's not the only platform. I've seen it on Instagram and what's that other, Facebook, Face Slap, whatever it's called.
Face slap.
That's Michael's new one.
This stuff, which
He's
is
ahead of the
fairly
game.
obvious. But it's all these types of things where they get on, and I know every so often I will either stumble across or someone will say to me, "Oh, can you review something on one of these platforms that somebody is getting up and speaking?" And I think this is very obviously sponsored by, ex-bullion dealer. They're obviously got a link in. They're getting a kickback from, a manufacturer or a bullion dealer. And what really makes me angry is when they don't declare that up front. That really gets my goat. But, just be really, really careful when you're viewing these types of things. Like I said, doesn't make, and this is what gets me angry, is the fact that they should come out and say, we're sponsored by, I hate this industry. You can't just say A, B, C, whatever.
XYZ.
We're sponsored by XYZ Bullion Company.
Now I'm thinking Fords.
That I certainly wasn't having a dig at ABC here. They're a reputable company. I wasn't trying to tie into anything. It was just a faux pas that I was stumbling into. I'm sponsored by, because people should know where you're coming from, and it doesn't make your information any less relevant. You stop hiding these things. Get out there, make it obvious. We're obviously sponsored by Bullion Now. It's the Bullion Now channel. It's You know, we've got shirts on that say Bullion Now. We're not trying to hide it. You know the information we're giving you is coming from a bullion dealer that has a vested interest in you bringing your business to Bullion Now. We're really open about that. But that doesn't make our information any less relevant. So I encourage anyone that is getting online, if they're actually going to talk online, declare your interests. It doesn't make you less. If anything, it makes you more. And if you're watching them, look at where they're coming from and check out other sources. This guy's saying this. What does this other person say? Why do they say it? Why do I think they might be saying that? I'll get off my soapbox.
All right, now that you're off your soapbox, let's get onto the table. And there's already a few people asking about that.
Oh, these things.
No, that's the clickbait for the end of the video. They're going to hang out for the...
That's right. You have to stay to the end.
Right after that spiel.
These are the best. If you buy these, you'll... No, look, this is stock that was on my desk. These were incredibly popular. This is leftovers. I sent a message to Vic, who's in our stock control team, yesterday, I think it was, saying the system says we've got these things. I'm trying to clear up the quote-unquote rubbish that's kicking around, you know, the half a dozen of this and the dozen of that just gets in my way and annoys me when I run reports. So the 5 ounce, these 5 ounce coins came up on that report. So I said to Vic, can you get these? I'm going to list them online and get rid of them so they're out of the way and they don't keep generating these numbers for me. She goes, we can't, they're damaged stock. So I said, put them on my desk. We'll throw them out on live stream and see if anyone wants them. So these are perfectly good 5 ounce.
Still able to go to the moon when those tickets open, right?
That's right. These are the 5 ounce maples that we got in earlier this year, the 2026 5 ounce maples. The coins themselves are in perfect condition, I believe. I can't see any. Actually, this one is in perfect condition. That one can come out. There's no crack on that one. Right. No, that one's cracked. So the coins themselves are perfectly fine. It's just in the delivery of however many gazillion we bought. Sorry, you're trying to get a shot, are you? Some of them came through with damaged capsules. So these ones have got, if Ruben can get a close-up, I don't know if you can see it on that. I can never work this. That one's not showing real well on camera. That one's not showing real well on camera.
You know, I could feel Matt's pain when I used to watch the videos and then thinking, why can't he just turn it properly? And I'm like, well, it's a lot harder.
Yeah, everything goes backwards except for the ones that don't.
I now know why I used to get him to do that.
That's right. So the coins are fine. We've just got some damaged capsules. I'm not going to chase up the Canadian Mint for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 new capsules. We might as well throw this one. I don't know what to do with this one. So there's 6 there. I don't know. Take $10 off. I don't even know what we charge for the stinking things. Are you going to process this?
Yeah.
Good, because I haven't listed them online. I haven't changed the price.
On that note, anyone that's ordered has received and I know everyone's paid their invoices for the previous ones. If you haven't got an email, they are everything that you bought on last few live streams are in storage as per all your requests.
Yeah. So if you would like one of these, Alex.
Yes.
Alex at Bullion Now.
Alex at Bullion. ALEKS at Bullion Now. w@.com.au, something like that.
All right,
I'll post it in the. I'll do that in the chat.
I'll even give you a price. They'll be $520 each. We'll keep it on nice round numbers. And the $10 will get you a new capsule.
How many we got?
6.
All right, I'm going to check now.
How have you been finding that method of selling?
Well, it's good because one, you're not calling Sylvia and I'm not hearing about it back, right? when you're not meant to.
What you do on stream?
Yeah, so we've avoided that. People, they're not picking the wrong buyback things of the same weight at Pakenham. And then I can just do it in between, when it gets a bit quieter or the other guys are serving, there's no one in line, then I'll do them one by one and then they will get sorted. So it's actually pretty good. The 20, what was it? The
Britannias. Yeah, that was a bit more chaotic.
Yeah, that was like, no, but that was the first one, so it was like, okay, then I got into the groove of things, so but that's fine. I'll just have a look.
So there's 6 of them there. Contact Alex. And you You can have
This is all right. Let me
one
tell.
or some.
Yeah. Okay. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. All right. You
We're
have
done.
an email, but
They're
now
gone.
they're gone. They're gone.
All right.
There was someone before. Sorry, I can't
Melbourne
find.
Inquisitor.
It was.
No more
yeah,
hang-ups when when I say, Michael said,
yeah.
you would not, I used to get, it hasn't happened recently, I don't think it's happened recently. If it has, I've ignored it. But the number of times I get off live stream to a nasty gram from Sylvia
Wow.
going, what did you say on live stream?
And see, this is what we're avoiding now. So this, I don't mind. And look, I think it's great how we do this because a lot of people can't get into the city or unpacking them. You know, they can't get into the physical stores because they're either interstate or overseas or in the country. So it gives you a chance to get something, either buyback or you know something cool that you would otherwise miss out on. You know, it takes too long to list online and individually, and then, you know, you see what you get here, and you know you can ask questions and so forth, but online it's a bit more difficult. And so I think this is a good thing. Yeah.
Seriously, by the time we assess them, I contact the Royal Canadian Mint and say, look, 6 of them turned up broken. Please send me 6 more capsules. They send me 6 capsules. I then pay one of you guys to open them up, put them in the new capsule, seal them up, and then I might as well just take $10 off and get rid of the stinking things.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You, when you look at it like that, and it's a win-win.
yeah, absolutely, it is.
Did you hear about the? Actually, I think there might be more than one. And I'm not going to mention any mints to dob anyone in, but did you hear about the coin that turned up this week that was a blank?
Yes.
I did.
Yes.
I thought that was very interesting. It came through in a tube without
Seal
any.
tube
Yeah.
from?
No,
No,
not doing that.
No, not from where. I was going to say from a monster box.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
But I
Hey,
thought
no,
that,
it's not available.
I
It's
just
not
thought that was
available.
very interesting, and I'd love to. I'm trying to get it to at least be able to take a photo or highlight it because it's an interesting piece.
I'm not a fan of this. 'cause
Nah,
people-
come on.
Do people know what
some
we're
very
talking
clever person out there will go, oh, that's a blast. I almost walked into that first 3 letters of the alphabet again.
which one? What were we going to say?
No, yeah,
That's the XYZ company.
yeah.
No, or as the Metal Inquisitor said earlier, the Alpha Bravo Charlie. Yeah, okay, so we'll go with that.
It's not our fault if they join the dots.
It wasn't them. It wasn't them. I don't want anyone joining any dots at all. Had nothing to do with them at all. You need to get me into trouble here, man.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
Spread the rose petals and just watch him walk over a landmine under, you know? Just lead him down the trail.
Man, I'm probably going to see him in Pittsburgh. You're hanging me out to dry here.
That's your first clue, ladies and gentlemen.
It's just in a world of like someone who is interested in mules and things like that. It's an interesting piece to see come through that clearly wasn't meant to make its way out into the wild, and because of that is interesting.
It amazes me with all, because I've seen the back end of a lot of these mints around the world, and their quality control is right up there. How did this, it's not even like this is a slight misstrike. This is completely blank. Like, it has not touched the press at all. How did that get through the system?
We need to come up with let's call it Mint X, and just that's our go-to reference for this. We're trying to talk about a company, but we don't want to be associated with anything. Yeah, Mint X.
That's similar to we blame everything, all delays on Treasury.
That's it. What does Prime Metal says? What happens to the blank now? What does happen in that case? I mean, we were just talking there about, it's not really typically worth it to go back to them over 6 coins. This is RCM in this case, not Mint X. To go back to them and say, hey, we need replacement capsules. Obviously, something like that could be indicative of a larger problem. We've had other times when products have arrived flipped in packaging or things like that, whatever it might be. Do we mention it to them? Do we just squirrel it away and find it cool? What do we do?
No, we do. Like, I notify every place. Look, Mint X is not the only one that's done it. There are other mints, or Mint Anonymous.
Yeah.
There are other mints and refineries that have done it to us at different times. We've had minted bars turn up like a 5 gram bar in a 10 gram package, or a 10 gram bar in a 5 gram package, or those types of things we've had happen before. We've had.
Sorry, Mark. Just describe the coins above and below it.
Who said that?
Mark.
Yeah, not happening, mate. Like, we need to tell them that these things are happening because it's part of their quality control. We could go with peppermints. That's all right. I like that one. They need to know. And usually I say to them, look, we're not having a whinge here. We just want to make you aware of it. This is what and we'll do the same with this one. I just want you to know that in this package, we found this, and we'll take a couple of photos and we'll send it through to them. And 99 times out of 100, that is enough for them to say, oh, dear me, or something along those sort of lines. How do we make this right? And quite often it's a credit to our account, or, depending. We had one case where...
Hush money.
Look, every company I've ever worked for or dealt with has had issues.
Yeah.
I have, and I've said this before, I have no problem with a business making a mistake. Like, there is always a human component in businesses. Like, it's... Humans make mistakes. It happens. Yeah. It's how they deal with that mistake that shows...
And acknowledging that mistake.
Acknowledging, and then what they do about it, that's what makes the measure of, in this case, peppermint. In any business, anyone that you deal with, it's a case of, okay, we've made a mistake, something's gone wrong. Now what do? Bullion Now makes mistakes. We don't always do it. We don't always correct it properly, but we always try to correct it properly. And I hope people can look back on it and say, yeah, okay, look, you screwed up, but you went above and beyond and
gave it a red hot
problem.
Crack.
Yeah. And it's the same with peppermint. We'll go to them and they will. I have no doubt at all.
Is that yours?
Yeah, that's right. I have no doubt at all that they will make it right, and that's fine. I know we had another mint that supplied us with quite a number of tubes of blanks in sealed tubes in a sealed monster box, and they were straight on it. No worries. Do you want us to replace them? Do you want us to just credit it to your account? Can you send them back to us, and we'll pay the shipping back to us so we can see, the information on the box itself, all that type of stuff.
Like I was saying, though, I
Mistakes
think mistakes like that, I think as a collective, and people can correct me in chat if I'm wrong, but I think as a collective, we just find those kind of mistakes cool, as opposed to if it was, the dreaded words underweight, something like that. It's like, okay, that's watching your eyes there, that's a bit of a different thing. But something like that, everyone's first reaction was, oh, can I buy that? Like, can I get it? Like, it's cool that it escaped.
Yeah.
And so, yes, obviously these companies want to chase it up and make sure that it's not, going to happen more and more. But I know you said it was a human mistake, but now a lot of the times it's a computer mistake of some description or a machine mistake. And so they can often go back and go, okay, that was a part of this batch. We could see what happened along that shift. Like it's a lot more traceable now.
Yeah. Yeah,
he's contemplating saying something.
I think we need to probably get off this topic before I stick both feet into it.
I'm happy. I'm emailing away now, so I'll be emailing you if you're one of the first 6 for this, and I'm just doing that now. So, and I'll let you know but when I do the last one, I'll let you know that all are done. So if you've received something, great. If not, good luck next week.
Turf Jane, how do you get cash rate as per market?
As in, how do you buy or how do you sell at the rate on the market? So we're talking spot price.
I'm guessing so.
If you want to sell at spot price, you sell back to us because we pay spot, subject to a couple of clauses there.
3.
Oh, you've counted them.
It should be second nature.
So
purity.
Yep. So it's got to be pure.
Yeah.
It's
within the limit of a size limit and amount. That's 2 and 3. So size limit being if it's up to 100 grams of platinum and or gold.
Platinum. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Yes,
I'll give you that one. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
You threw me. I wasn't thinking.
No. I do everything, Michael. Right. And within 100 ounces in one size of silver, and both of them to be up to 50 in total. 50, either 50 ounces of gold and or platinum per person per week, or 50 kilos of silver per person per week.
And once you go beyond those numbers, it's by negotiation from that point.
Yeah.
So it really does depend. There was a time earlier on this week where I'm going, oh, holy crap, we've got so much coming in. I need to start controlling the cash flow. So, we need to start talking about, okay, the larger ones coming in, you might get 98% instead of 99% for bigger bars, or you might, we might say, well, look, we'll pay you spot, but, we'll pay you half today and the other half next week, those types of things. And sometimes people say, look, I need the cash right now. That's fine. We'll do a lower price. Or, no, that's fine. It will be, I don't need the money for a month anyway. So absolutely, I'd rather get the higher price and get the other half of it next week, or whatever we decide on it. Like I said, it's a little bit in English, boy, by negotiation at that point. Rob Roy's absolutely correct. Have proper ID. ID is a bit of a sticking point.
Yeah, we brought that up last week. How someone had kind of come through from quite a distance and was saying, "But you never told me."
Yeah, and I still feel bad about that one.
Time to feel good. If you've received now an email, check. I'll
respond
on the ball
to
today,
it, mate.
You say time to feel good, but there's only 6 of 255 people that are getting it. Right. Statistically,
and for that and for those that have the Kim Bread book, it's time to open up on page. I can't help it. It's like, but it's a good thing. It is
exciting.
I like to celebrate winners. So yeah, you can check either your inbox or your spam folder, but it was in response to your email sent.
Yes, we do accept the digital driver's licenses. We just need the still screenshots and whatnot of it sent through. So we still need the details from it. And we also accept it as just a verification of, hey, I'm picking up this, this order, this is me kind of thing.
We're actually, it's early days yet, so don't jump too hard at me, but we're actually introducing a new ID system where you will be able to prove you'll be able to do the ID check yourself and provide us with a code, and that's all we're going to need. So we're trialing it at this stage. I actually think it's really good, but it'll be interesting to see how our customers feel about it. So
I think, to be honest, particularly people that are comfortable with the idea of the digital ID in the first place, I think it's going to be popular with that kind of crowd because you're already doing the digital thing anyway. It's just, like you said, sharing that code, sharing that access to it. So, whereas I think there will be a different subset of people that aren't, but we've still got the physical come in. We can take the details of it manually, do it old school.
We always try and cover as many options as we can without, onerous requirements on staff or the company. But we try and do as much as we can for people. So the queue at the front door, like the QR code is the classic thing. Some people love the QR code. I had somebody scan in today and they said, oh, I'm 10th in the queue. I said, well, go and get a coffee. Come back when it's 4. Oh, you little ripper. Yeah. Because it's live on their screen and they can look at when, even though they're down the street at the coffee shop, they can go, oh, no, there's still 6 people in front of me. I'll sit here a bit longer. So they thought it was great. The very next people coming through, I don't like QR codes. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Come on in. We'll put you in the queue. Give me a name. I don't want to give a name. That's fine. We have Elvis Presley visit like 6 times a day. It doesn't matter what you want to call yourself. The system doesn't care. So long as you respond when we go, number 20. I know this sounds like a deli and it drives me nuts, but 21, Elvis Presley. Oh, that's me.
You know what I get upset about when it sounds like a deli, but there's still no prosciutto here. That's great. We have a little mini fridge.
Yeah, no.
Oh, just sorry. I wiped that grease off the fat of it.
Oh dear.
Nick says, is it common for treasury bonds to be backed by gold and silver as much as house mortgages through banks and investment companies?
No. There was an interesting question earlier than that as well about somebody opening a store in Stockholm.
Yes, I knew what your answer was going to be to that one, and I knew it wasn't going to be overly positive. I'm just trying to find the exact wording of it. They might have gotten rid of it, but it was long and short. Hey, would you recommend as an entrepreneur opening up a bullion store in Stockholm, and basically would it be recession proof? I think.
I would not recommend anyone opens a bullion store. And if you're really serious about it, before you do it, come and see me and I'll lay it out warts and all. There are some really, really big positives. There are some humongous negatives. Now, I don't know.
I was going to say, do all of them exist in, like, are some of those problems Australia problems? Or
Absolutely.
Are they,
some of them are specific to Australia. I couldn't give you an answer of the requirements in Stockholm, although I'd suspect they're very similar to what we require in Australia. You are selling bullion sounds fun and romantic.
Yeah.
It sounds great. I'll be surrounded by gold and silver and,
Better learn how to hedge.
Yeah, big money and all this sort of stuff.
We don't help with the images of the mental images of your desk, to be fair.
Yeah, that's actually a big problem because the stock on there, I could go for hours on this one, but you've got to remember you're walking into an industry with, when I say small, I'm talking microscopic margins. 1% gross margin, not net, 1% gross margin, and it's high fives all around the office. That's something to get excited about. So tiny margins, government oversight like you wouldn't believe. We are at the whim of every single government agency. I receive subpoenas, not on a weekly basis, but it's not far off, for information, such and such as, I can't go into details, I suppose, but
peppermint.
There's all sorts of different, things going on in the background that, we'll either fight against or we'll have to comply. We literally run, at the moment, 4 teams of lawyers. And I'm not kidding. If, again, off camera, I will explain it to you. I'm not going to do it on camera. And it's soon, by the look of it, it's soon to be 5 teams of lawyers. And I'm not talking.
Did one of the lawyer teams get out of control?
Yeah.
You gotta.
I'm not talking about 5 lawyers. I'm talking 5 individual, separate teams of lawyers to deal with. All bar one of those teams is dealing with different government agencies, and that's on top of the fact that we have. You met our compliance officer the other week. I've got to stop calling him the compliance officer because he's our head of risk and compliance.
He's been promoted to compliance general now.
That's right.
Or as they call it, the risky business department.
That's right. He's not the only person in that department, and that's one department. Then we look at our finance department has, goodness knows how many people in it, 4 people in it, internally, and then there's an external auditor over the top of that. Like, I could go for hours. Like I said, there's a reason I have grey hair and I'm 21. It's if I had my time again, I would go into selling aquarium fish, or
that's good money now.
Yeah,
I know you looked into it at one point.
Or jelly beans, or something like that.
Michael, you've cost someone a small fortune. They say a few months ago, I said I was going to the Perth Mint, and you said to go to the chocolate shop as well. It was good advice, except that it cost us a small fortune.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
went the diet as well, I'll bet. But it was good.
What are your thoughts on 1/10 fractional silver? Alex, you could be a good one for this. I know you like your fractional pieces.
Absolutely. I'll read out what I replied with. Personally, I love them and am aiming to get a mini monster box full. But the premium-wise, it's terrible. So you will pay more for premiums, but I just like obviously I don't stack just 1/10, silvers, but I do like to have a portion in everything fractional. That includes gold, silver, and platinum. So I've got a stack of 1 gram and even half gram golds, 1 grams and 1/10 of silver, and 1 and 1/10 in platinum as well.
There's a YouTube short going up after stream, but we got some more silver fractional Britannia's.
Quarter intense.
Yeah, quarter
Britannia's
intense
in
silver.
Yeah.
Right.
Kerry, I had my kids incredibly young. Look, I'm actually, okay, the asterisk I'm going to start off with here is I actually own fractional silver. I don't actually like fractionals. So here's the news story, because my theory is, to a large degree, I'm always going to be able to swap my non-fractionals for fractionals when I need them. Now, that may not actually be true, but I'm a firm believer in having a small amount in fractionals, but I think too often we race to the fractionals at the detriment of extra premium, when I could actually put that extra premium in getting more silver of a larger size. And then as I need it, or as it becomes available cheaply, because every so often, and it's been a long time since we've done this, but every so often I trip over some very, very cheap fractional and we make it available. We'll do it at, very, 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 very good prices. We'll run a special or something along those sort of lines. Admittedly, it hasn't happened for a long time, but, I would rather buy the larger bars, get more bang for my buck, and then trade it over as and when I need.
Look, working for a deal in bullish obviously has its advantages. So we save on premiums with that. Well, especially on like if it's buybacks and so forth. But the way a lot of people, there's not too many doing this, but a lot like say, look, I've got $3,500 to spend. Like, can you max it up with whatever? And then you've got, you can't buy a full ounce or a half an ounce, but you know what? You can buy like 2 1/10s, and then people buy. And then over time, that adds up in itself. So, you don't have to go in and buy tubes of them at a time. I used to. I'd buy. My typical thing was before I was working here, I'd buy a tube plus one. So I'll have a sealed tube, or most of them are sealed anyway. If not, I'll still buy a tube, and they'll keep in that mint condition, and I'll have one that I'll have a look to see what that is.
Yeah. Trail X-Rage is absolutely spot on with that statement. So this isn't for investment. I just purchased a 47 silver sixpence not for Christmas pudding, but it's a gift for my sister. I'm paraphrasing the last part. I actively buy fractional stuff, like the smaller stuff, 1 gram golds, half gram golds, 1/10 silver, that sort of stuff, to give to people as talking points, as demonstrations, things like that. It's cheap enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, it's expensive when you look at how much I paid per ounce, but it means I can give $5, $10, $20 away to someone and not cry a little bit when I walk away. I can gift them, I can educate them, I can help them by starting off their stack, or getting them to go, wow, look at this. It's it's a bit of gold, or it's a bit of silver, and it develops that interest. And I did that even before I held Bullion Now. It's not like I'm doing it as a promo for BN. I think it's important to give. I'm a very tactile person, so I learn by touching, feeling, smelling, tasting. So I sympathise with people that are very similar. So that's a lot of the time, that's the way I teach.
Someone there actually using the fractional, they say we had floods, no power, phones or FPOS for a week. 1/10 got me a loaf of bread and a bag of lollies at the corner store.
That's great.
Got to have the sugar.
Yeah.
While we're on education and that sort of stuff, grab yourself a copy. What have you done to me, Rubes? Grab yourself a copy of that. We don't sell it. One day, and if Andrew's on here, he'll know what I'm referring to, but one day we actually want to produce a Bullion Now version of this. But in the meantime, you can get electronic copies. You can get a paper copy. I work better in paper, but get yourself a copy of that. It's one of the best things that you'll lay your sticky fingers on for your investment future. And if you've got kids or young neighbours or anything along those sort of lines, get it in their hands, get them reading it. It's a very short book, and it's very large type, and a chapter seriously goes for half a dozen pages. So grab it.
That's great. On another great book that we don't sell is this Australian poured ingots. It's more for collectors, but I highly recommend it if you find it.
This is a good bit you've had, Alex. I like this.
Yeah. Good on you, Alex. This is something else you can't get hold of in the wild
Well, you
anymore.
said we don't sell it, so I'm just promoting this book we can't
You
sell.
can jump on Amazon and seriously it'll cost you.
Look.
I don't think it'll cost you $20. I think it's probably. I think the last lot I paid about $9.95 for.
Wow. Also, big shout out to gentlemen that donated some of those books to us a year ago. Great book.
Yeah,
Got some
it's an
great use
incredible
out of it,
book.
yeah.
It really is.
There's people jumping in chat agreeing with that one.
Yeah.
There was someone before. I'm going to scroll back and see if I can find it. It definitely falls under the not financial advice, but it says, "Hi guys, if you had $10,000 to $20,000 to invest in today's market, would you sway more to gold or silver or 50-50? And would you add platinum?"
You go first, Malcolm.
I'm going to shock everyone by saying I wouldn't go for platinum.
Who are you?
Yeah, that's right. Because I'm the guy who says you need to get a little bit of platinum in your stack, but I don't think 20K is enough to start wandering, like colouring outside the lines. With my first 20K, I would do this. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm saying what I would do if I had $20,000 and nothing else. Like in investments, obviously, there's a lot of other things you can do with 20K. But specifically here, we're talking precious metals. I would put at least 60% of it into gold, and I would put the remaining amount into silver. I would spend a little bit of it on stuff that catches my eye, but the majority I would put into just solid bars. Get the best bang for your buck, preferably buy something along the lines of a buyback, so you're paying the least premium possible, and just get a bit of weight behind you, says the guy who's got plenty of weight behind him. Just get a bit of weight, just get a bit of actual metal behind you. Have a little bit of fun with it, as in maybe pick a coin or two that you like, but the rest of it, just go for best bang for buck with your first 20K.
I would, if I had nothing, I had 20K. I'd get definitely gold would be my first option.
I'll leave that still up. Sorry, I took down the this is not financial advice. Yours is still not financial advice.
Mine is still not. This is just my own advice to myself. I'm talking to my other self. If I was talking to my other self, what I'd say to me is, with 20K, I would buy gold, because that's obviously more expensive than the other two. So you can buy more for it in one hit. Say an ounce, maybe quarter ounce, a couple of quarter ounces. I'd get some silver, and I'd just dip my toes into platinum with like either a 5 gram or maybe a 1/10, just to be exposed to it. But I wouldn't really go too much with the platinum. Mine would be gold, silver, and then like a smidgen, I believe is the technical term in the bullion industry, of platinum, a smidgen of platinum.
So what's driving this? Is this, I'm going to be incredibly racist here. Yeah. Is this the Eastern European in you speaking? Or is this just experience?
That would be more just alcohol. Because then you can use it for medicine. You can have it in your first aid kit. You can use it for
I know where you're going with it now.
I don't know where you were going with it, but no, it's just the fact that, well, maybe it is with the gold, but in turn and with the, I guess running with it, but it's more to do currently in our situation with just the price of gold. Like if I might not be able to buy. If I had 20K now, I can go and buy an ounce of gold, right? And then I can buy maybe a 10 ounce of silver like another time when I don't have 20K in my pocket, you know what I mean? So if I've got the bigger money, I will spend it on gold and something that's higher value now, which I do believe is going to go even higher. But it'll give me a chance that when I don't have that high amount, I can jump in and buy silver or platinum, especially silver. I can do 1 ounces or whatever. I can buy a bit at a time, but I might not have that, I might not have another 5 grand in spare to buy, invest, speculate, whatever, however you see it, So that is my case for getting the gold, higher amount of gold. And doesn't mean I'd go 1 ounce or like a few 1 ounces of gold. I'll probably get a 1 ounce of gold, half an ounce, or maybe 2 quarters or something like that. Then I'll get maybe a kilo of silver and a 10 ounce silver, a couple of coins, and then, like I said, a smidgen of PT.
Okay, I'm going to throw something at you, something that Trail X Rage is talking about on there.
Oh, I wondered if you're going to pick up on that.
Any numismatics in this 20 grand?
No. Personally, if I'm just starting out, unless I see something I absolutely love, I would. But again, if you don't know much about it, you know, you're taking a bit of a risk. One, you're paying more, or maybe up to 3 times in many cases than what you can get, let's say, as a buyback at least. Then how are you going to sell it? Do you know the market? Do you know where you're going to offload that numismatic, or are you going to sell it to a bullion dealer? If you're selling to a bullion dealer, you're going to have to wait till it goes up in value before, you know, you'll get even your return back. If you have to keep it long term, and you plan to sell to someone else, then you got to be aware that if you get a dent on one of those corners or a scratch, you know, on the outer box, now potentially you can, you know, if it's not that rare and people just want it regardless, you might take a loss in your return on that. So if you're just starting out, if I was just starting out, I wouldn't. But having said that, if I saw something that just blew my mind, I'm like, I don't care, like I'll get it. The reason why is that if I love something, it'll probably encourage me to get more, you know what I mean? Like save up more for it. And I've said that to someone recently, and yeah, they were buying their first silver, and it was just yesterday, and they wanted to buy a bar, and then I brought out a coin, and I look, you're going to pay a little bit more for it, but if it is your first one. And, you know, as I was talking, they were both looking at it, and the smile was from ear to ear. And, you know, some people don't like the kilo coins, but they loved it. And in their case, it was a buyback, and only paid a little bit more than a buyback for kilo, but they absolutely, absolutely loved it. And for them, you know, you're already paying this much, paying a little bit more for something that brings you joy and hopefully encourages you to save and buy more. That's paying for itself.
Yeah. Don't underestimate the value of numismatics. And it's not all dollars. It is that feel-good feeling. Don't underestimate that, because if you get your 20 grand and like worth of silver or gold, whatever you buy, and it's a lump and you've got no real interest in it, like it's, yeah, okay, this, you know, after the first 24 hours when buyer's remorse kicks in, you're going to kind of go, oh man, you know, I wish I'd, and you'll find that gradually the shine wears off and the enthusiasm wears off. If you buy something as part of that 20 grand, and I didn't say numismatics, but I said buy something that, you know, interests you. If there's a Numi that you see that is something, you know, I had a couple in today, beautiful couple. They'd come all the way down from Gawler to well, not just to see us, Gawler in South Australia.
Oh, wow.
So she wanted a coloured horse. Yes, it's a bit expensive, and hubby's going, "You what? Like, ah!" But this was her interest. She's now got this, and she's now, wow, look at this, look what I bought, you know, isn't it? And she was saying to people around her, look at this, you know, this is fantastic, this looks great, you know. So you could tell that enthusiasm and the smile on her face and all that sort of stuff. That was worth far more, and I know he won't see it, but she could. The extra that cost them will far outweigh itself.
Gets her on board for future purchases.
With what they will purchase down the road and the interest that they will have and the money that they will put aside and all these types of things. No, I am not saying go out and buy some random numismatic and launch in and you're going to make a fortune out of it. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're in here, and somebody mentioned a minute ago, and you're probably going to call it in a minute, Rubes, about a coloured unpronounceable tree.
Yggdrasil.
You know, like the return on investment on that was huge. And that person is regretting not buying them and saying, you know, are you ever going to get them back in again? And just as a side note, there is such a queue for if one of those ever gets sold back in. I don't think it'll ever see the light of day, the Yggdrasil.
Well, I've got like 4 in my buybacks.
I
don't. I haven't seen one of those.
Yeah, right.
Forever, yeah.
For all complaints, Alex, ALEKS.
Complaints are ALEX at Bullion Now.
So, you know, it's don't look at it as, despite me saying get the most metal you can, don't underestimate the value of that thrill, that smile, that adrenaline rush, that je ne sais quoi. That's as part of your initial purchase or your ongoing stack.
The question was about have we seen them come through? So yeah, you kind of touched on that one. One from Brian here. Hi, gents. Can you advise on how do I check gold and silver coins are real?
Bring them to Bullion Now and we'll zap them.
There is a few homebrew methods you can go through. The problem with them is a lot of them will be fooled by one type of fake. It'll be able to pass some tests, but not others. And so you've kind of got to hit it with a few of them. You can do like the magnet test. I've seen even one with like ice, you can melt it. There's the water displacement. There's all these kind of little things, but yeah.
The ping test is pretty good.
The
It
ping
doesn't
test
work for
as
me
well.
because I've had my head in too many jet engines, and I can't hear that level. But I know there's apps now on your phone,
Absolutely.
isn't there? And I'm amazed at how good they actually are. They're absolutely not foolproof. Don't believe that for a millisecond, but they're amazingly good, and a heck of a lot cheaper than buying an XRF. But look, in all seriousness, if you want, we do offer that service and we don't charge for it. Bring your coin into Bullion Now. We will test it. Yes, XRFs can be fooled, but in the hands of a skilled operator like the guys behind the desk, they'll be able to tell you pretty quickly.
The local shop here charges $15 an XRF zap.
Ouch! Wow. So for your $15, get in a. I don't know where you are.
Wow.
I can't say just get on a train and come in because it'll be worth your $15, particularly if you're doing a few coins. But
or if you're overseas,
find a bullion dealer that will do it at a reasonable price. I guess I don't mind them charging a little bit, but I would have thought $15 was right up there. But yeah, get it tested with an XRF. Take it to your local bullion dealer, and hopefully they'll recognise that it's good business to help people out, and they'll test it for you for free or for very little. I know there was a shop. I don't know if they still do it here, and I won't mention names just because I don't know, but they did charge for the XRF, but the money went to a local charity. I can't remember which one.
Okay.
That sort of thing's a good idea as well.
Coffees are us.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah. Look, Kona Computer's right. The staff aren't working for free, but there's a degree of community service that I think every business should do, and I kind of think that's one of them.
Like giving out, a glass of water or including sauce with the pie.
Yeah, I think we get too. I sit on both sides of this fence. As a business owner, I've got to squeeze every single cent out of the staff as I possibly can. But the flip side is there is also there is marketing in saying bring your coin in and we'll zap it, because the next time you go, well, actually, I'd really like to, I'd like to buy an ounce of something. You're going to go to the guy that's done it, that's done a service for you. It's one of the reasons why we say to people, if you're going to do a peer-to-peer trade, I was going to say I'm buying something off you. That's a really bad example because we're both bullion dealers in a bullion shop. But you get what I mean. You're doing a trade with somebody over the back fence. Do it at Bullion Now. Come in and do it in our store. Absolutely, we're not making money out of it. So if we've got a packed store, we're going to hold you back for a little bit until we can get you in. But you're under our security cameras. You've got other people present. It's under good light, and we'll make our XRF service available. You can't use it yourself, but we'll absolutely, as soon as we can, we'll get somebody to test that product for you. So it gives you confidence that you're buying something that's got, that is what it says it is. We don't make any money out of that. We certainly don't charge for that service. But invariably, what I've observed is that even if quite often people will go, well, while I'm here, thanks for doing that. While I'm here, can I buy a kilo of silver or something like that? So, we've made a sale out of it. But we quite often, if they don't do that, then a month down the track, 6 months down the track, they'll come in, or they'll, we'll hear, I was at a barbecue and my brother-in-law said he was in the other day doing a free deal and you zapped it for him for free. So I thought you must be good blokes and we'll drop in and we'll do a deal. So invariably it comes, I find it comes back.
The XRF lost leader.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
On the topic that we had before of kind of numismatics, I came across a couple out of Agoro this week that I thought might be up your alley, Michael, with a bit of a Star Wars look to them. We've got the set like they did with the Disney thing where it's got the two. But yeah, a Kenobi one with his lightsaber hilt there as well.
actually quite like that.
It's pretty cool.
That is a very cool
Yeah,
set.
I thought that one would be up your alley. Also, Star Wars poster. This Japanese
That's a
movie
Japanese-
poster.
I was going to say, I recognize the art. Yeah, wow.
I thought that one was pretty sick as well. So big ups to Agora there. I thought they had some good pieces.
I love those. I love those four.
I wish he hadn't shown it.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Agora is New Zealand Mint's new numismatic arm. Essentially, they broke it out into being the New Zealand Mint being the bullion side, and Agora being the the numismatic side.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just picturing the new studio roofs
Mm,
in Pakenham, and the entrance to it
yes.
is the Star Wars foil posters. Maybe we'll talk to Michael about it.
Oh, jeez.
No, how cool would that be?
What, off camera where no one gets to see it but us?
That's all right. I got no problem with that.
They will see it and feel it through the joy of us whenever we go through there and do a live stream.
So I've already got all my World War II aircraft paintings along those walls, mate.
No, but that would be cool, wouldn't it? It's just
It
foil
would be cool.
posters.
The one piece that I'm really hoping for at some stage from Perth is one of the posters that they have over there of they're inspired by some of the Kookaburra designs or the Luna designs, but done by the original artist. They look amazing. I
still
would
think they
love one of those.
They should pick a couple of those and sell them.
Yeah,
Because some
go
of them
off.
are amazing pieces of art.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think they're really cool.
I love their art. Like just seeing that
Yeah.
last time. Wow.
I really want them to let us have access to their file room. They've got
Yes.
all their designs and
Sorry, it's Eastern European. Like,
because they've got all the designs, not just the ones they produced, but even the ones that were not produced or rejected
yeah.
for all sorts of reasons, all filed away. And just to spend a day in there, mate, I'd be a kid in a candy store.
You and me both. That would be great. I'd love to see something like that.
I was about to say go off like a frog in a sock, and I was reminded by what someone over in EDC sent me this week, Michael, and that is a new design for the Bullion Now socks.
That's great.
This I felt was this from Janine.
Yes.
Yeah, so Janine's been trying to get me to, she says all these T-shirts and all this sort of stuff, it's no good because, you can't wear them on the outside unless you want to advertise you got bullion. But you could make a frog in a sock.
You could.
And she's pushed me a couple of times, so we should really do
Janine, so I do have a contact in sock sales. I have a sock guy, right, from an old job, and he makes his own, and he gets his own designs done and made and shipped down to Melbourne. So.
I think we should do it.
All right. We'll talk.
Yeah.
Have your people call my people and do
that's
coffee.
right.
Have you paid Perth Mint yet, Michael?
I believe so, but I will just check just to make sure that no one snuck an extra one up there without me realising. Excuse me for being rude momentarily.
Is there any particular Perth Mint bullion coins to look out for that you see faked more than others, or are the coins generally a safer option? I actually see there's plenty of the faked coins. Sadly, it's not just the bars or anything like that. If anything, I actually see less faked cast bars than minted bars, because you can get away hiding some of the inconsistencies in either size or weight with some extra packaging or a capsule or something like that. And so typically the bars that you can feel in your hand, you will more often than not be able to see that something is a little bit off. And so oftentimes it is the minted bars more than the cast, but there is still plenty of the coins out there. A few years ago, we used to see a lot of the, I'd say, more special releases. So ones like the funnel web, we saw a lot. We saw a lot of particular kookaburras and things like that. That has gone out the window a little bit with some of the with where the price headed for a while there. It became worth it to basically do any of them, and so we started seeing the likes of even fake round 50-cent pieces, fake kangaroos. These other ones that I'd say maybe in years gone by wouldn't have been as popular or as much of a reason to fake. They are sadly now out there as well. So yeah, there isn't really any that I'd say are particularly safe from fakes. If anything, though, I think that's an advantage some of the locally produced bars and things have, is because they don't have that international reach to the same extent. There's going to be less likely to be a fake of it.
I always think of the most I've seen in terms of the few fake. We didn't have many come through, and we'd obviously find them when we test each coin with the XRF. But some people that bought them from online dealers like a little while ago. It was a 2015 koala that's come up a few times, and there was also another year of something, but I can't remember. But I know the koala I've seen a few times, but not really that often. I've seen personally. I've had someone mail in some bullion, but that was gold. And as soon as we saw it, we could tell. We didn't even have to XRF it. We did XRF it just to show him photos of, because they wanted photos for it. So they took photos, and it's just, it was. I felt bad for him. Yeah, it was 2 ounces of gold that they got at a bargain price of under spot if they bought 2.
So that happen.
Yeah,
all too often. I saw once a box of 1 ounce Perth mints come in, like in the actual Perth mint box. They'd got hold of a Perth mint empty box
and they'd
put in all these fakes, and then they'd sold it off 25 ounces at a bargain price of, I think it was $100 below spot. These guys were really excited, and I had to break the news to them, and it was devastating for all of us.
Wow.
I was not happy having to give them the bad news. We should, next week, Rubes, remind me, let's drag out, I don't want this going to air that we've got fakes out in the back room, but let's drag out the bag of fakes from the back room, and let's
them right there.
Let's make a bit of a video on them and go through some of them.
Yeah,
I think it's time we updated that video and made it relevant again, because the fakes are actually starting to circulate again. So
yeah, someone said, have we seen an increase since the precious metals price spike, or has it not flowed through yet? The problem with it is just how fast they can act on it. We saw that with the Luna even just a few years ago. The speed at which the fakes were after the original release was staggering.
It'll be interesting to see if this year's Lunas fire that off again. Wouldn't shock me. But yeah, just yes. Go back to the start of this live stream. I absolutely have a vested interest in making this statement, but it doesn't make it any less true. Deal with a reputable bullion dealer or coin dealer, whichever one you're doing, because they have their reputation on the line. And trust me, even for a kilo of gold, I would not risk the reputation of Bullion Now. So, the chances are it's going to be good stuff. Get them to test it in front of you with an XRF. If they refuse to do it or they don't have the capability, any of those things, my gut feel would be to walk away. If you're going to do a peer-to-peer trade, so with someone you don't know that is not backed by, in Australia, an ABN, because we have to meet certain legal requirements if we hold an ABN. We are held far more accountable. If you're dealing with a private transaction, come to Bullion Now or its equivalent in your area. Heck, you could even do it in CBA, a bank or something like that. At least you've got security there. But preferably come to someone like Bullion Now, do the transaction on site, use their XRF. And if the other guy, the opposite party, says to you, I'm not prepared to do that, that is a massive flag going up saying there is something wrong with this transaction. Yes, I'm a bullion dealer. Yes, I would prefer you bought from me, but it doesn't make the information that I just gave you any less true. Be very, very, very careful when you're spending your hard-earned money on these types of things. They are faked. We know they're faked. We know the fakes that are out there are very, very good. Be aware.
Yeah. I have to touch upon this here by Stephen Byron. You could make a BN shirt where the logo is only visible using a germanium mint UV torch. How's that?
That's an interesting thought.
Sorry, I didn't want to lose that in comments. I thought that was interesting.
What is your responsibility as a dealer to report fakes? Do you need to report them to a government agency, the police, etc.? To be honest, it's it's fairly lackluster response the few times that you've looked at it.
So look, if it's a bar, it's actually there is no requirement for us to report to anyone. So
Because it could have been sold as a novelty.
yeah, well, there is that, but
As a
there's
prop.
also the fact that it's not actually illegal. It's a trademark. At that point, it's a trademark dispute because you have Alex owns peppermint 1 ounce bars with a fancy design.
This is handy. This little
It's
thing.
very handy. As a known copier, I want to copy that. I start selling it out there, even if it's genuine. I'm selling it out there. It's not as much criminal as it's civil. Alex goes, hang on a sec, I own the peppermint brand. You are using it without my permission. All this sort of stuff. Ignore the fact that if I'm selling it as gold and it's not, yeah, that's criminal, obviously. But, you know, like it's a different level. The moment you produce a legal tender coin that is a fake, you have now just breached federal law. Our experience with that, legally you cannot hold it. So my advice to you is, if you're showing it to a bullion dealer and they prove it's a fake, don't take it back, because it's actually illegal for you to have it on hand. It's actually illegal for us to have it on hand to a large degree as well, although I would argue that we have a case for holding it because we're a bullion dealer, we're getting it out of the system, and I'm happy to hand it over to the police. Now, we actually did this a few years ago where we handed over a stack of fake coins to the Victorian police, and they looked incredibly confused. And at the end of their discussions around and around and around, after about an hour, they handed them back to me and said, we don't want to know about it. So I then sent them to the federal police to say, hey, look, we've had these come in. We know we're not allowed to hold them. We're handing them in to the federal police. And about 6 weeks later, they came back from the federal police with, we don't want to know about them either. So that's our experience with it.
Yeah. And if you do steal from me in any way, shape, or form, there will be nothing civil about that outcome. I just want to say that.
I go back to my Eastern European comment earlier.
Yeah, I'm getting my cousins on the phone.
That's right.
Hi guys, do you think that the knowledge of bullion amongst people is that poor that I see people buying silver on live auctions for crazy money? A 2022 1 ounce silver Perth Mint kangaroo was sold for $130.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, that's one of the reasons we try and do the educational content, is because I would say if you just go through the air quotes mainstream schooling, the mainstream, whatever, bullion stacking isn't something that regularly comes up. You see gold and silver presented in heist movies and as this old timey, gold rush concept, but not something that anyone currently does. Maybe if you are into the financial side with people, we see people do it from a they'll buy it online, kind of something like that. We went to the Sydney conference a few years ago and people were shocked. They were like, hang on, wait, you actually sell the physical product? Like even people in that sector were shocked.
That still spins me out. Like, these are the experts in their field and they're going, hey, you mean people come into the store and then they walk buy out physical and walk out with it?
Yeah.
Yes.
That still spins me out. Like that's the reaction you get. I know.
And so someone seeing, oh, that's a cool kangaroo coin on some of these, live auction sites, things like that. It doesn't shock me that they're not sitting there going, oh, but I could get it for this price here, or it's this or it's that. It's just, that one looks cool. I'll get it.
But it's the flip side as well. Like, we have seen, and I spoke about this a while ago on live stream, where we've had people come in and sell product to us, and we've gone, oh, we'll give you a spot for that. It's, X, Y, Z. And they've gone, no, like, it's only a 1 ounce gold. In this instance, it's only a 1 ounce gold bar. Yeah, we pay spot. It's whatever it was at the time, 6,000. I can't remember now. And they said, oh, no, the last place we sold it at only gave us 50% of spot because it was old gold. And it's like, huh? So they'd been paid half of spot price because, this gold's out of date. We'll just take it off your hands just to kind of, do a favour for you. And they were devastated. But the education's not out there. It's one of the reasons. It's not the only reason, but it's absolutely one of the reasons why this channel exists, is because we want the education out there. In fact, it's why Bullion Now exists. We want to educate people. We want it to be a fair playing field. We want people to know and to understand and to have a reliable source to go to actually get this type of information.
We did a video a few weeks ago talking about old gold and things like that, and there was a few comments, people going, like, obviously, duh, like, why do we need to know? But yeah, there's plenty of use cases out there where people haven't heard about it or haven't had that education, and so it is absolutely worth mentioning.
Sorry, I just can't think, like, when I hear old gold, I just think of
Chocolate.
Yeah, the rum.
That's right. Yeah, I had the same thought as I was saying.
Old gold.
Actually.
Like, old gold. I'm like, yeah.
That's right.
Could use some right now.
There was a question there. When you travel overseas, what gold coin would you take with you, and what size, just for emergency purposes?
1 ounce, Perth Mint, Kangaroo, or Lunar. Known around the world. And despite the fact that we think it's really easy to get hold of in Australia, a lot of countries overseas, it's not easy to get hold of. And it's such a well-known brand and such a respected brand that they fall over themselves to buy it back. And not all the time, but semi-frequently, I get offered more than spot price for them.
Which one did you say? Lunars and
Kangaroos?
Last customer I was with just before a live stream, they were saying that when we were going to Turkey, they were taking gold, any Perth Mint gold coins, and they were getting at least 50 USD above anything else for it.
Yep.
And I know I had several customers say Thailand loved not as much the Lunars, but the Perth Mint Kangaroos, and they would pay more for the Perth Mint Kangaroos.
Yeah,
but anything really Perth Mint gold coins.
Kangaroos particularly. Kangaroos is what I default to, but I wouldn't worry about taking. I wouldn't be against taking Lunars either, because they're a well-known product.
No, absolutely, but it's that Perth Mint gold standard coin.
The Kangaroo it's Perth Mint, it's gold, and it's an Australian animal, and it's just it's the trifecta when you're overseas. And I've had a lot of places. I had it in Berlin. I've been offered more. I've had it in the States. These are places that Perth Mint has a presence, but it's still not easy. As easy as it is in Australia to get hold of these products.
And if you want the ultimate Perth Mint gold coin trifecta, it's the 125th anniversary with the koala, the kookaburra, and the kangaroo. So.
Sorry, the person who commented about the live streaming, they say, I commented on that auction that you can get it cheaper at Bullion Now, and the streamer blocked me. Look, fair play. I can understand why, but I appreciate you trying to educate people. That's good.
Copper. We sell copper bars and coins. People buy them en masse. And list them on eBay at twice the price that they've bought them for from Bullion Now, and they're still on the Bullion Now website.
I will not understand. Look, if you have the ability to jump on the internet and use eBay, surely you can do an internet search for best prices and what's in stock. I don't know. I still, like, good on you for having a business where you can sell.
I support the enterprise.
Don't get this wrong. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that so many people do not do a basic internet search in this day and age, but they have phones, they know how to buy. It just, I don't know. I don't know what to say. There we go. Kona Commander, unallocated copper win.
No.
I'm still pushing for unallocated palladium and rhodium.
Do you know how hard it is to store the silver we've got? Can you imagine if I'm now trying to store copper? Unbelievable. Interesting story one day when I was at the banks. Here we go. This is before we hit, what do we call it? Fast money?
Pepper money.
So I went into the bank one day. This is pre-Bullion Now. So I'd bought a whole stack of stuff at auction for a little coin shop, and we were ratting through it all and sorting it all out. And as happens when you buy lots out of auctions, there's always some rat tails in the bottom that you don't want. So there was a whole stack of $5 and $10 coins in the bottom of the box. So we'd bought the boxes at a price where basically we'd pretty much got them for free if, when you worked it all out. So I rolled into one of the main 4 banks, presented these $5 and $10 coins because they are Australian legal tender, and said, I'd like to cash these in, please. And they looked at them, the teller looked at them and went, no, they're not real money. You can't bring them in here. I said, no. I said, these are real money. They're $5 coins. You need to, I want to cash them in. No, they're just commemorative. You can't cash those in. I said,
don't want to be that guy.
But do you know who I am?
No, I absolutely didn't say that. But I said, look, no, these are $5 coins. You need to cash them in. It's what's done. No, we're not doing it. I said, okay. You need to call your bank manager over, and we need to sort this out. So I was given that look, and you know what I mean by that look, and off the teller stormed.
I don't know. I've never received that look.
Well, I get it semi-frequently. And brought the manager back, and the manager had that look, that sneering look of, what would you know? These are commemorative, we don't cash these sorts of things in. I said, no, look, hold fire a second. I said, these are Australian legal tender. They are Australian currency. You need to take them. Because in the back of my mind, I know that, I'll get to this point in a second. So anyway, no, we're absolutely not taking them. So I said, look, I'm going to give you one more chance before I go to the Reserve Bank. Said, call your head office and say you've got a guy here who is trying to cash in some $5 coins. You can take some of these with you to explain what they are. And I said, if you come back to me after talking to your head office and say that you won't accept these, I'll walk out of the store. I'm not trying to cause a scene or anything like that, but I want you to go to talk to head office and come back to me with an answer. And they gave me that look, and off the manager toddled. And I'm not kidding you, 45 seconds later, I was escorted into a room. Really sorry, Mr. Pepper. There's been a misunderstanding. Absolutely will accept these. Like silver service like you wouldn't believe. Because at the minute that they don't accept Australian legal tender, their banking licence is at risk. The whole bank, not just that branch, the whole bank. And head office knew that, and I knew that. So they knew that my next phone call was going to be to the Reserve Bank, because sure, they probably wouldn't have lost their licence over it because they would have realised relatively quickly. But the Australian government will not allow them in situations like this. They don't want anyone to question the validity of the Australian dollar. We can go down a rabbit hole with this one about fiat currencies and all sorts of things, but they won't accept, the government will not accept anyone questioning whether this is actually worth, in this example, $5, but if your $20 note is actually worth $20. I don't even remember why I got onto that topic now, but an interesting story from my banking experience. So if you have those sorts of things, you can absolutely cash them in at the bank, and they are required to take them. But it does have to be Australian legal tender. You can't take any rando coin in there. You could even take sovereigns and sixpence and all those.
Not recommended.
They are still Australian legal tender. The only Australian legal tender that has ever been decommissioned is the holy dollar and dump.
But don't worry, I will pay you.
I'll give you spot for it.
I'll give you double spot. Cash.
So, yeah,
Cash.
yeah, that's right. Kish, mate, kish. So you can absolutely take any Australian legal tender to a bank, and they are required to cash it in. And I still don't know how I got onto that topic.
Okay, and you can also take a $200 gold coin to the bank, and they will cash that in too.
Yes.
Not recommended.
Or you can bring it to Bullion Now and get, I don't know, more than $1,000, I think, these days.
That's what happened with a bank teller.
Yes.
Yes, great. I love that.
I remember when a $200 coin was only worth about $190 worth of gold.
Wow. I believe they retailed at $225 when they released.
We used to buy those at auction and literally walk them straight out of the auction house to the bank and cash them straight in.
Wow.
Because you used to pay, like I said, about $180 to $190 each for them.
Yeah.
And you'd walk around the corner and cash them in for $200.
Wow.
It was an easy $10, $20 profit.
Which could buy you a
Don't you
house back
wish you
then.
kept?
That's right.
Michael,
That's right.
Don't brag
How
about
I
that.
bought my first
No,
house and
that-
car.
No, but you imagine if you held on to those coins now, right? The bullion value. This is like saying, mate, I bought a pizza with 1,000 Bitcoin. I'm like, do you want to be admitting that? It's like-
Oh dear. We do need to start heading towards rapid fire questions. I was going to ask though, are you wanting to give people a bit of a heads up of your upcoming travel plans? Because you have got a few exciting trips coming up.
Yes, we do, but we also need to talk about Perth.
That too.
So
That was included in the travel plans.
We'll start off with the Perth one because it's actually got a little bit of exciting news attached onto it. So people know that we've run the Perth ballot, if you like, for the launch of the Lunar Goat for this year.
The behind the scenes tour.
Yep. So there'll be a behind the scenes tour and a catch up with hopefully with the designer. They haven't confirmed that part yet, but it'll be a great day. Anyway, the night before that, so the Monday, the 7th of September, we're going to gather at the pub diagonally across the road from the Perth Mint, which is called the Grosvenor. Thank you very much. Couldn't remember that one. And we're going to have a bit of an evening there. And bless their cotton socks, I am incredibly grateful for it. Perth Mint has released, if you like, 2 coin designers to spend the evening with us over there. So we are going to make an evening of it, and that is open to everyone and anyone who wants to come along. We do request you let us know. So send us an email live@bullionnow.com.au if you're planning on coming, because I don't want to roll up to the Grosvenor and Ruben saying to me, do you want us to book a room there? Do you want us to
how many people are going to be
and
going?
I go, no. There's only a dozen of us and 400 people turn up. So we'd like to know just some approximate numbers beforehand would be really good. But if you happen to be in the Perth area, whether you're coming to the 8th shindig or not, the night before, come to the Grosvenor. It will be worth your while.
Is that where we went last time?
Yes. Yeah. Beautiful little pub,
Great
just diagonally across the road.
Thank you so much to the owners there who kindly did not kick us out until they were like wiping the last tables louder and louder while glancing in our direction. We're going now. Thanks.
I'm sure that will happen again.
Yeah, I'm sure too.
They are an incredible team over there. They look after us really well, both at the Perth Mint but also at the Grosvenor. Very, very generous of them. But yeah, so we're going to make a night of it. We'll have a bit of fireside chat. We'll have a bit of a question and answer session. We'll have 2 at this stage. We'll have 2 coin designers over there as well with us. We'll bring some game plans across and do all sorts of fun things. So that'll be the Monday night, the Grosvenor, 7th of September. Ruben, help me with the time here.
We don't have it locked in yet, but we were looking at roughly 6 o'clock on the night
you guys
program.
don't land until
Just
5 or
after
something,
5,
do you?
yeah.
Well, that's going to be tight for you.
You were the one that said 6.
Yeah, I know. Let's make it 6 to
Let's make
6:30 kickoff.
Quarter past.
Yeah, okay, 6:15. Like it. So we're going to meet over there. We'll have some snacks, we'll have some drinks, and we'll have some really good talks. And we will. It'll be an educational night as well. So if you've got someone that you're trying to get into stacking, someone, you got kids, you got a partner, you got anything like that kind of doesn't understand this weird rabbit hole you've gone down, and you want to introduce them, bring them across. It's a free event. Well, you're going to have to pay for your own drinks, but it's a free event other than that. And we'll have a good night of it. So yeah, I encourage everyone to come along that can. But coming up next Sunday, I think it is, so not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, this weekend, I'm in Melbourne for the Jeff Dunham show.
Are you working tomorrow?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm going to a comedy with puppets. Work that one out.
Wow.
So my family's decided that this is a good idea, so I'm tagging along, which I think is great. So just in case you wanted to know my travel plans there, I'm coming to Melbourne.
Puppets are so daggy. Who'd have little puppets?
Right. Next weekend, I leave for the States. We're going to the A&A conference in
Pittsburgh.
I'm trying to say Petersburg.
Hang on.
I'm going, what?
I thought you were going to say St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
Well,
to Pittsburgh. We're
When's
going over
that?
there. That is Sunday week. We leave. Saturday week, Sunday week. Next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, we're going to Pittsburgh. So if you are in the Pittsburgh area and you happen to see me looking completely lost because I have no sense of direction, not something to admit as a pilot, if I'm looking completely lost, grab my attention, say, "Hey, how you doing? I watch your Bullion Now channel, and I think it's great. I think it sucks. Whatever. Fill in the blank." But say good day to me. Love to catch up with anyone that's over there. And we'll be wandering around a couple of places while we're over there as well. Then we're back for a very short period of time, and then we launch off for the Perth shindig that we've just talked about. And then I'm back for that, and I actually have to shoot off to China very shortly after that. But we'll be in the run-in at that stage to the Lunar release. There's a lot of other releases coming down the track. We'll also be looking at Black Friday, Diwali, and Christmas.
It's a bit of a run right at the end of the year.
The last quarter
Sorry,
of
I'm
the
already
year,
feeling just you saying that.
the last quarter of the year is absolute chaos because you've got all the mints releasing, like it's the last minute to release all their 2026s. It's the start of the 2027 release year. There's Christmas. There is, like I said, Diwali is in there. Black Friday's in there. Lunar release. Like it's on for young and old. So yeah, it's going to be a very exciting final quarter of 2026.
Wow.
Alrighty, let's kick into some rapid fire questions. There might be some that came before this, so I might have to ask them again. Sorry, but rapid fire: full sovereigns overseas liquidity? Question mark.
Yes! Exclamation mark.
No, the liquidity's great. You can trade them in anywhere in the US, anywhere through Europe. Asia, not quite. They are known in Asia, but they're not as known as some of the other stuff that I'd take if I was heading into Asia. But certainly through the northern, I was going to say the northern hemisphere, but that includes Asia. But certainly, through Europe, the States, and the UK, no worries at all.
Finally going to the Hobart Mint? Question mark.
I talked to them, was it this week or last week? So somewhere in that schism of the last quarter, we'll be down there.
Do we have Perth Mint Kilo silver bars in stock on the website?
I don't know if we have them on the website. We've certainly got some stock in store. I know that there's a bit of a gap. I think we're starting to run low, and I don't think the next delivery arrives till late next week. So there may be this little schism for a few days where we don't actually physically have them, but it won't be long.
Michael, are you planning on bringing in silver bits from local silver mint in the US?
We are talking to a few of the smaller mints in the US while we're in. I was going to say Petersburg again. Where the heck did that come from?
You
Pittsburgh.
We need to open a pub at the Perth Mint and call it the Golden Bar.
Yes.
Oh,
That's good.
Love that. That's great.
Any news on Kids Club?
No. Give me a break. I'm barely breathing at the moment.
Are we doing anything with the Sydney conference?
No.
Don't forget to pay the Perth Mint.
Done.
Finally, Michael can talk about the stuff in Perth that he says he can't talk about on live stream.
Absolutely. Ask me anything.
Would Bullion Now like to part sponsor my race car? Wouldn't be the first car that we've sponsored.
No, we've sponsored a few actually. Talk to me.
Why is the premium on 1 gram PAMP Platinum so high, nearly 60% compared to 1 gram gold and silver fractional?
Because it's fractional, it's PAMP, and we have to ship them in from Switzerland.
But it's platinum as well.
So
and it's platinum. Absolutely.
The difficulty
I missed
in
the platinum
manufacturing.
question.
The platinum.
Yeah,
So-
platinum is a mongrel metal to work with. It's hard to mine. It's difficult to refine. It's an absolute sod to. Well, they don't cast it as a rule. It's minted bars, so it's a continuous strip of metal that they just punch out of. But it's a very difficult metal to work with. So therefore, it costs more in its production. So yeah, it is much dearer than something like gold, which is incredibly malleable, quite easy to refine as a rule. There are some asterisks next to that, and quite easy to dig out of the dirt.
If I sell a sealed tube of coins, does the prospective buyer want to open it?
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah. Sometimes we say it'll also depend on what method of testing they're going for. If they don't have something that can peer into the tube, they're probably going to want to see what's in there. Is there any new stock coming in?
Yes.
We've got the release of a new mini series out of Scottsdale coming on. The aim is for Monday, so stay tuned for that one.
What's that one?
Do you want me to say? I can say.
No, you better not. I can't
Okay.
remember what it is, though. Yes. Now I know.
Can I say?
Yeah, you can.
We've got the mini series from Scottsdale, the 7 Deadly Sins, coming up. So a beautiful 5-ounce
coins.
series.
The detail.
Oh, no, he's extremely detailed.
And we'll have all of them at once, so it's always you don't have to kind of wait for is it going to continue or not. It's a one and done, but it's a very cool series. Is there any new gold Fortuna bar sizes coming up? I only see 2.5 grams, which is currently out of stock.
Yes.
Desi's convinced you're secretly being sponsored by Pepper Money. Yes or no?
No.
Alex, I need a 1 gram rhodium. I can see you've responded that one. Any
Yes.
luck in ordering silver Geigers?
too.
No.
I'll keep asking until you get them in.
You know what? I'm going to support that.
I'll talk to Geiger in Petersburg or wherever I'm going
Pete.
next week.
Is the Pakenham store opening for walk-ins?
Yeah.
I just need an electric motor for a roller door.
Have we got an update on that?
No, they're killing me here.
Will we stock Pamp 1-ounce silver Fortunas?
Oh, this is a trick question. Don't like this one. I would stock them, but the premium makes me cry every time I see it. So Adsy sometimes sneaks them through, but as a rule, no. I can't bear the premium.
Funny timing this live stream. I just went in the store 2 hours ago and bought 2 1-ounce silver kangaroos. Thank you for my first purchase with you guys. Mark was very good and knowledgeable. Glad to hear.
Tall.
And very tall, yeah. And yeah, I'll pass the feedback on to Mark.
And you're welcome.
Kona thinks you might be a sleeper Russian agent, Michael.
Yeah, how many times have we mentioned St. Petersburg? It's coming.
I work for their tourist organisation. That's subliminal.
It's a struggle at the
it's
moment.
not Pepper Money. It's St. Petersburg tourism. Yeah.
Are there any Aussie 66 50-cent rounds in stock?
Not that I'm aware of at the moment.
But you know what? They sell out almost as fast as they come in.
And
That's
they
what I've
come in
noticed.
phases.
Yeah.
Like we'll have none of them, and then all of a sudden somebody will drop in 1,000 of the suckers.
Yeah.
And we'll get 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 people all come in one after the other, and all they're selling back is 1966 50s. And then nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny, like when it goes online, it sells very, very quickly. If we have it in store, more people asking for it now, but it doesn't sell. No, and it doesn't sell as quick as it does online. Once we put online, it's pretty much gone.
Is there another US shipment coming in?
If we're talking about that big 50,000 ounce one,
Michael was ruined after the shipping of that one.
if we could sort out the shipping, yes, but at the moment, once burnt, twice freaked out.
Aviation question, Michael.
Yes,
Did you see the Heart X1 electric airliner had its first flight the other day?
I did. I'd love to put an order in the BN electric airliner. I think that'd be good.
Can interstate customers ask
Powered
for
by
in-store
Platinum.
stock over the phone? Not typically. The phone team aren't actually down here in the city to be able to just quickly check what we have, so not often. Silver Days Mint is hundreds of miles from Pittsburgh. Extrusion is the word you were after for the platinum manufacturing.
Yes.
They make the Bitcoin the same way, where they flatten the gold and punch them out, cookie cutter style.
Yep.
Gold Coast Air Show this weekend.
Yeah.
Have it over the beach and or ocean.
That's a stunning one. If you ever get a chance to go to that one, it's a great one to go to.
Any military plans?
Yeah.
Great.
When is Pakenham going to be open for walk-in sales? As soon as Michael can get a motor.
Just need a motor.
If you can get 1 ounce gold Geigers, I will buy them.
A few people will.
How many will you buy?
Yeah.
With the year getting busy, Alex pushed my meeting with Michael to 2027.
Yeah, I'll remind you on that. Yeah. I can't wait for that meeting, by the way. I can't say much more on it.
Will there be a swap
Maybe we
meet
push
at
it
the
out
pub?
to 2037
No,
at this rate.
no. I need it earlier.
Will there be a swap meet at the pub prior to the Perth Mint tour?
In the morning.
I don't
What
know.
are you trying to do to me, man?
Any Germania runes coming through buybacks recently? Not recently, not ever. I haven't seen.
I was
one
just
of-
going to say,
I
I
haven't
was
seen
going to
one.
answer that.
No, we've had runes in the buybacks.
No,
They
we
certainly
have
haven't
not.
made it to Alex or I's vision.
I can tell you what, if there were any, I would have picked one. At least one. I just, especially that first series. I love that first series.
No, we've had them in.
Sorry, it's the Royal We.
Yeah, Michael's. They're in Michael's desk, I'm sure.
They probably are
You know
still on my
what?
desk.
Can you remind me to get a snow shovel to just get the paperwork and everything off his desk?
It would not shock me even slightly if they were still on my desk.
Need some heavy machinery now, Alex. It's gotten out of control. Michael, what's happening with the weird sizes from that US shipment? If you're referring to like the Troy pounds or whatever.
Some of them have been sold like the Troy pounds. A lot of them are sitting in a box with a question mark over them with, I don't know how we're going to sell these flaming things.
I've got to feast my eyes on those because I reckon I'll be able to sell them.
But it's like, we had an example in the shop today where somebody sold back two 50-ounce bars, but one weighed 50.02 ounces and one weighed 49.98 ounces. So I said to Brett, just buy them back as 50s, mate. This is all too hard. It averages out.
Yeah.
But now he says, well, how are you going to sell them? Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Melt them. Just melt them. Forget it.
Have you sold all the 50,000 ounces?
No, we've still got some left, but we're probably down. I haven't added it up recently, but we'd be down to the last quarter or so.
What is the 10-ounce buyback silver coin on the website? I think someone asked this last week as well, and I'm pretty sure we said it was most likely going to be a Kookaburra, but we weren't 100% sure.
I wouldn't even hazard a guess.
Yeah. How often do you have the gold tails in stock?
We usually have them in stock. They don't always hit the web, but we usually have them in stock. You can always place a pre-order because we get them in frequently.
Would you trade silver for a garage door motor?
At the moment, I probably would.
Does milk spotting silver coins affect the value when reselling, or would it be around $1 under spot? Depends on your plans for selling back. Back to us, it does not matter. On the secondhand market, though, obviously people like their coins looking pretty, and so sometimes you'll find they'll say, "Oh yeah, I really wanted that specific design." You know, I would say it comes if you're selling it as for its silver content or as a pristine version of this design, this coin. You know.
So look, we buy them back. We pay spot. I'm going to say it doesn't happen very often. I actually don't think it happens, but let's go with it doesn't happen very often because somebody will correct me on this. But as far as I'm aware, we don't melt any of them down. Like, you know, anything that comes in with milk spot, it goes into the buybacks and somebody buys it and buybacks.
They go eventually. Yeah.
So, you know, to a lot of, yes, if you're trying to extract collector premium, a milk spot is probably going to impact it. If you're buying it as silver, at least half of the population doesn't give a rat's. They just want an ounce of silver or a kilo of silver or whatever they're chasing. They don't care about the design. They don't care that it's milk spotted. And in fact, milk spotting, not so much, but certainly toning. People get stressed about the toning. No. There are bars that I've bought and paid extra for because of the toning on them.
Yep.
So we get too hung up on the bullion side of it. And part of this, we drove this a few years ago, and in hindsight, it was a mistake where no, it wasn't. That's not true. Where we started to get people to take an interest in their coin designs, and it wasn't just about buying a lump of metal. In some ways, we've run too far with that, and it's become more than just a lump of metal. It's now these collector items, and I'm pleased that we drove that. But this is one of the kickbacks from it that people get hung up because the design's got a milk spot on it. It doesn't matter. It's still an ounce of silver.
Yeah. Now, look, I realise this is rapid fire, so I'm going to limit my answer to only 5 minutes. But the other thing is,
see Ruben's face. He's tearing his hair out over there.
What was that one you said? The bank paper? No.
Look,
I'll just passive aggressively put up the timer.
That's okay. Oh, all right. Here we go.
No.
I said 5. I didn't say 1 minute. I said 5 minutes. What we experienced at the start of the year was absolutely insane. So yes, you know, milk spotted, toned silver could stay here for a while, depending on the time. Now, at the start of the year, we were selling all the buybacks first. They went. Then the next cheapest in line new, that went. Then the next. It's just when it comes to time for the crunch, people will just want something physical in hand. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's silver. Silver is silver, gold is gold, platinum is platinum. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't worry too much about that, especially just keep in mind how you're going to exit the market with it, how you're going to liquidate it. And if you go to someone like us who pays full spot, we don't care. But at the end of the day, silver is silver, gold is gold.
Look, for many years, it was a security feature of the Canadian maple.
Oh, yeah. Look, I'm not going to say anything because I might end up going to the mint one day. So.
Thoughts on my first platinum bars being fractional, like if I can get all the sizes except for the 1 ounce.
I'm not sure what we're asking here.
No,
really.
no.
It's a great idea.
That's
Again,
your thoughts.
platinum is platinum. You know, if that's what you can get, that's what you get. Another way to, if you want to get larger sizes, but you don't want to, you know, you can't afford it at once, or you don't want to pay the premiums by buying a little bit at a time. You can look at our unallocated platinum in the 1 gram as an example, and then buy a few of those at a time. And then let's say you get to 5 or 10 and then got that in stock, you can just convert that and pay the one smaller premium on, say, a 10 gram or a 5 gram than you would on buying physical 5 1 grams.
We've got Richard. Hello on holiday in the UK. Still got time to watch the Bullion Now live stream though.
Of course.
Dedication.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Where else
it.
would you be?
Yeah.
Does Bullion Now have any remote jobs available?
Not currently.
Well, depends.
Well, actually,
Depends.
they didn't say
if you
they didn't say available. Maybe it was just, do we have anyone working remote? But I'm gonna infer that the question is to
Well,
them.
Pakenham is remote from the city, so it depends what. But no,
No, we don't. Look, I'm
not currently.
one of those mongrel people who's not a big fan of work from home.
How's the tire pressure on your plane, Michael?
Yeah, not so good.
What happened with that lovely 10-ounce Harrington Gold Bar with the pour lines? Please tell me it wasn't melted.
It got melted.
This is
They asked you not to tell them that, Michael.
you could have bought it off the live stream. No, but this is. I was just saying. A lot of these
jeweler bought it.
fantastic
No,
old gold bars. A lot of them, the numbers will be dwindling. Anything,
Absolutely.
especially the 5 ounce, 10 ounces. Look, people still like the 1 ounce. There's massive demand for the 1 ounce ones. 2 ounce here and there. You go above that, you know.
It's too a 10 ounce. Like, let's face fact here. It's $60,000 worth of gold.
Yeah.
Even Bullion Now can't sit on that for a long time.
Look, if it makes you feel any better, I do tell off the jewelers when they buy, when I know it's going to be melted, because they just want, you know, like a buyback, right? So what's the buyback? And we have it and we try and sell it. And at the end of the day, if it goes, and it breaks my heart every time.
But it makes somebody's wedding ring very happy.
It could have been done with other gold, Michael. It could have been done with other gold. That's a sad fact.
Yeah.
Metal Inquisitor is selling tour tickets to the treasures on Michael's desks. Oh. Any
I just want someone to organise it for me.
Any 1/10 ounce Germania gold for the website?
What size?
We got any cave lines?
Yes, we do.
1/10?
We should have a few left.
For the website.
Yeah, I'll have a look. You know what? I can have a look at that.
Yeah.
And then speak to Adzi.
Is the next Royal Mint Norse minted bar 1 ounce or 10 ounce coming in? The cross collaboration between Royal Mint and
certainly hope
Germania. Yeah. Antique version also. I'm guessing that was that was from Senior Dingdong, so potentially the melted bar. To capsulate or not capsulate, that is the question. Depends on the product. Some of them it feels wrong to capsulate. We're having that conversation about the stacker croc coins.
As I said earlier, I'm very tactile. I like to touch my gold and silver.
Bicarbon hot water gets rid of toning, by the way, works brilliantly. Do not do that for any coin you care about, because it works, but it is eating away at a layer of the coin. And Michael,
While losing some gold or some silver.
that's it. Michael always told me a collector would much rather see a toned coin than a cleaned coin. Will Michael be taking the XRF to the Mint tour to do some quality control?
No.
We don't need to.
You actually need a different license to use the XRF.
Yeah, that's right.
Different
In WA,
states.
in
Yeah.
each state.
Yeah, because, you know, you have to be trained how to pull the trigger and stand
Well, it
safely.
goes-
No, different from the first one in a different state,
Well,
because, you know.
the radiation spins a different way.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
the
absolutely.
Coriolis effect.
No, the money spins, state funded, you know, spins a different way.
The flux capacitor, photosynthesis, something or other. Milk Spots is Peppermint's security feature. What's happening in China? I'm not sure. Might need some additional info there. It would be awesome if you guys can launch the new Perth Mint products the same day as the public release by Perth Mint, just like last time. We're certainly hoping to. Typically,
intent.
there will be a few of the products that don't make it. Typically, and this is a complete guess, but typically it's the 1/20th in gold, the 5 ounce in silver. No, these are the ones that don't.
No, they've sent me a list.
Oh, okay.
It
10
sounds
kilo
like
of silver.
at this point, right now,
Yep.
they're saying the 10 kilo is the only one that will not be available
That's
on launch
impressive
day,
and
which
exciting.
is never available on launch day.
Yeah.
That's launched, like the horse has just been launched.
Yep. Okay, that's very exciting. So yeah, hopefully we will have those.
Sorry, just it's you know what, we're gonna wrap up because you said a horse is being launched.
You're a visual person.
Yeah,
aren't
I'm
you,
a
mate?
visual. You're tactile. I'm a visual person, and I'll just like.
Well, it's all right. It's the launch of the goat, so you've even got the bleating to mentally picture.
I heard it.
We have just crossed the 2-hour mark of the
Yeah, we
stream
better
as
wrap
well.
this up. This is
I got
ridiculous.
Burek waiting for me at the other end. I've got to go.
See, you guys give me a hard time about Ruben's wanting us to hurry up, things like that. When it comes down to it, you guys are the ones that are like, oh yeah,
You're
food.
dragging it out,
Let's
right?
get
Come
on
on,
a bit in
man.
time.
He keeps interrupting
Yeah.
of the
I think
rapid
he
fire.
was paid by the comment, not by the minute.
Sorry, everyone. Any updates on a Brisbane store?
Yeah. No, that was the update.
No.
Ruben, would you be willing to have a puppet made for you? I was thinking it could be a camera with arms and legs. I'll be very honoured. Probably wouldn't get
Voodoo doll.
Yeah. Matthew says unallocated is the best. It's certainly useful. On average, how much do you melt per year?
Not even the foggiest. I'd have to look that one up.
An interesting stat. Do Pakenham staff get paid rural and remote allowance?
No, but they do get some benefits down there.
Canada now has the mint shield that stops milk spots.
And it's fantastic.
It has been. Great live stream. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, likewise.
Be more than happy to clean your office, Michael, and I'll only charge you 1% of the stock that's in there. You can retire, I think.
Depends which office. I have
Numerous.
several. Yeah.
What were the 1/5 gold buybacks this week? Went very fast. I've never seen 1/5s before. I'm not sure if it was these. Every time I see a 1/5, it's one of those kangaroo in the sunset.
kangaroo.
Sunset
what I call
kangaroos.
it.
Yeah, they,
Absolutely
invariably
beautiful
they
those,
mostly are.
Yeah.
So they're a Royal Australian mint product.
I've seen only one that I bought back, like a couple of those. And one of them obviously was that one. And then there was another one I've never seen before as well by Ram. But
Yeah.
chances are it's a sunset kangaroo.
Do you buy duty-free 1 kilo bars are more expensive than you? Any ideas? We saw this going through Qatar as well. Some pretty insane premiums.
I'm watching his eye. It's do buy, not do you buy. No, because did you? No. I'm not joking. Like because you were
Flying
like,
goats, Alex.
yeah, I'll buy. Like,
That's right.
I think it goes back to the conversation we're having before about people just kind of having a casual interest in it, kind of like the kangaroo
I'm at
higher
the airport.
premiums.
I've got
Yeah.
2 hours to kill
Whoa,
before
look at
my
that.
flight.
That's cool.
Wow.
Let me pick up one. Similar kind of thing.
It's the airport sucker allowance. It's gone on for years.
Yeah, that's it. At what point does the Friday stream swap from coffee to beers? That's
It
it.
doesn't.
About 2 hours ago.
well, with Michael and I, it doesn't. It will probably closest will be what ciders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could swap for. These are coffee cups, but it doesn't mean there's coffee in there.
Classic trick.
Mine's coffee.
Any more of the 5 ounce maples coming soon?
No,
If you got an email, then there's 6 going out.
They are the leftover dregs.
We'll be getting the Queen's Beast Completer coins in. The Queen's Beast Completer is well and truly done. If you're asking about the Tudor Beast, we haven't had confirmation on orders or anything for those. Or have we had confirmation they're making one? Okay. I'm not sure.
We're talking completer.
Yes.
No, sorry, I haven't had confirmation
Okay.
on that one yet.
So yeah, we'll
I was
wait and see.
thinking the last one in the series.
When are we getting a Gippsland store? Oh, come on, the Pakenham services that area. Yeah.
I know only just, but it's still technically Gippsland.
To correct last week's comment, have a great weekend, everyone. And thanks to the amazing Michael, Alex, and Ruben for another great stream. See you next week, same time, same channel. Thank you for the...
Thanks, Primal.
Thank you.
And that is the end of the list for this week. We have eventually made it to the
No,
end.
hang on, Oz Geek. Coffee cognac. I'd try that. I'll try that.
I still don't understand why people drink coffee that's come out of the rear end of an animal. It makes no sense to me at all.
It's okay for me.
This
All
is,
right,
where, this is where the real question.
Okay, so all right. Okay, so
This is what happens when the cameras stop rolling.
all right. So people might like it. Okay, fair enough. If that's your thing. My question is, who would have come up
yeah,
in the
that's
first
right.
place?
This looks like
Hey.
good coffee.
I'm going to boil this.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to add some water to this. I'm going to drink it. Like, anyway, that's it.
And on that,
On that bombshell.
What a great topic to finish on, eh? Aren't we high class people here?
Oh.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you've made it this far through the
Congratulations.
live stream, you probably need an appointment with a psychiatrist.
Both congratulations and I'm sorry.
That's right. We will be back next week. Actually, are you guys back next week?
Yeah.
Yep.
next week,
Rubes,
yes.
We're back.
What? What?
The one after, I will not be.
Ooh.
And neither will I.
Ooh.
So you're going to have to run it by yourself, mate. How are we going? Ruben's going to have to set this up remotely, so we
Sorry.
can.
And I'm going to be, I think, completely uncontactable. So
Wow.
I'm not
We're
going to say.
going to have to talk about this off camera.
I'm not saying where I'm going because that might spoil where in the world is the Bullion Now bag. But yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to be here next week. No one has any clue what's happening the week after because that's how we roll.
stay tuned for Monday. We've got the Scottsdale, the Seven Deadly
Seven
Sins
Deadlies.
5 ounce
Yep.
series dropping. So stay tuned for that.
Amongst some other things that we're releasing next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be another crazy week, I have no doubt. Thank you very much for tuning in. We really do appreciate the time that you spend with us, whether it's live or whether it's later on down the track. We will talk again very, very soon.
So yeah.
Yeah. See ya.